Well, back. It's fine.
Technical difficulties are our specialty.
Yeah, we we deal with shit like that all the time.
I've had to do a Purple People podcast like 7 times because we couldn't get it to record right. So I ain't worried about that.
Adam, last name is Carlson, right?
Correct.
Okay. Sven Carlson. I'm gonna call you Sven all night long. Because you said you're Norwegian, so now I'm just gonna make you a Viking. You're a Vikings fan. It all fits together.
It does. It all just
And you've got the beard.
You got the beard.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Do you have your?
I know it's until December. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be hairy. It's gonna be a mess.
Do you have your Viking horn hat there?
I had one. It was a plastic one, and I put it on top of a light because I didn't have a shade for it. And a friend turned it on, and it melted through the light. So now I have nothing.
And there was just a terrible smell in the air. Oh,
Oh, it was bad.
you didn't tell me we were live.
Hey, look at that! We're live.
Son of a bitch.
We got us Viking helmet story.
Yeah, you can't talk. You can't. This guy, I tell you.
You don't know it, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm flexing my eyebrows at you right now.
Hello, all. How is everybody doing?
Howdy do.
We got another Beast Mode podcast tonight with Mr. Adam Carlson. He is the founder of Undead Walking, and
That's true. We're on the Fanside Network. Check it out. Lots of great articles about The Walking Dead. I write some of them. I've got great teammates that do it all too. I mean, check it out if you get a chance.
yeah, go follow him if you aren't already. It's at Undead Walking.
At Undead Walking FS.
Oh yeah, FS. I'm sorry, at Undead Walking FS. We're making sure that everyone in the chat right now that's watching can hear us, and
We got lots of hellos in there, which is nice.
yeah. Are you able to watch right now?
I am. I'm watching along while we're doing this, and
Awesome.
seeing a lot of love over there, which is great.
Yeah, always a lot of love.
Just do the Purple People podcast too, because we do the live chat over on the side, and I love the interaction. Walking Dead fans are so passionate and great.
Absolutely.
So awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. We're probably gonna have and that, as we go, we'll have people that kind of drabble in as throughout the show goes. Wait, who's Madame Adam? Is that you?
No.
Why would he put Madame?
I don't know. It says Madame Adam. He's Adam, isn't he?
I believe
I
that.
can see how it would go that way.
Some people have names that just whatever. I don't know.
They say my volume's low.
It could. Well, let me see. Can we get more out of this?
The speakers weren't. We heard the speakers right because they weren't working.
Yeah, but where do we get more out of our speakers?
No matter what you do, find that Adam switch, crank it to 11, and let's do it.
Okay, volume's at 100.
All right, so we're at 100.
So what we might have to shift this, if at all possible, a little closer to the Mac.
Right.
Because the speaker's coming out of the Mac, so the sound is coming out of the laptop and going to the Mac. So if we could shimmy this.
So put this here.
Yes, and then shimmy that a little
Right,
bit. Guys, we might lose the video for a second.
If we lose the video for a second, it's okay. We got some wire
We're having
stuff
some
going
technical
on.
difficulties today.
See? Just like that.
It's always something, ain't it?
It's this one HDMI cord. And we're back.
Awesome. I love being back. Guys.
All right.
And in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not Xander Berkeley. I'm sorry.
Not saying you're our backup plan or anything, but
Because they could to be Xander Berkeley today, but I didn't make it.
You're not Xander, and that's okay. Everyone is happy to be here anyway.
Awesome.
Ashley says, "Hey Adam, I know you can see all this, so I don't know if you want me to just run it off for you, but everyone's saying hello."
I see it all. Everybody's being friendly, and I love the community, and let's keep it rolling over there in the chat.
All right. So since we already introduced this man over here, don't mind if you hear me calling him Sven all night. I like the name Sven Carlson. It has a nice ring to it. He's Norwegian, so he's got that Viking blood. Plus, he's a Vikings fan, so it all kind of melts together nicely. Not too. Are you guys leading the division right now?
We are on top, and it's looking pretty good.
Adam, it was great talking to you. I want you to have a great night. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Damn.
That was from
So cool.
that was from me and Tiffany because we're the Bears fans here. So
You gotta love football, though. I mean, unless it's going up against The Walking Dead. Walking Dead first, football second, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, So, all right. Guys, any questions that you have for us, just feed them to us about episode 8-4, and we'll be happy to dive into them. We have some questions that we were asked earlier by some of you guys, which we'll dive into right now. Let me just pull up everything and
Pull up the old tweeter.
Yeah, pull up the Tweeter DMs over here. Slide it into the DMs.
As Lucy might say, the twatter.
Yeah, she's disgusting.
The British
Where
chick.
is she?
Yeah, where is she?
Figures she's a no-show.
Oh.
All right, so Jeannie and Nick, Jeannie Mercer and her son Nick, they're always here. Thank you.
There's Lucy. Hey, Lucy.
Hey, okay, hello, bitches. There she is. Fook the Bears. Honestly,
You're gonna get banned for that.
now we're gonna have to start banning some people.
Got to swing that band hammer.
Ashley says she loves Vikings, not the Vikings, but Vikings in general.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So,
I think please a little thing like just liking a Viking would be alright.
very nice. All right, so here we go. First of all, who do you think the mole is?
I don't think that there's a mole in the contemporary sense. I think that it is when Gregory went and gave everything away that he knew, which wasn't much, and that's why everything he was trying to do just didn't work out at all. I think that this who's the mole thing is getting way overblown. Of course, we know that Dwight is the mole on his side, but I do think that this whole explosion of there's somebody that is just telling everybody the secrets from Alexandria and the hilltop and the kingdom. I'm not buying it.
All right, so you're saying that there's no mole.
I'm saying that, of course, Gregory was the mole, still is the mole, and don't trust Gregory for anything you got.
But is he really an effective mole, though? Because everybody knows that he's a mouse. He's a snake.
Well, no, he can't be a mouse if he's a mole. So is he?
He's a... I don't know. I don't know what kind of fucking animal that would be.
Some sort.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, so that's. I mean, it's looking at it at both sides. I can see. I mean, I've been riding this kind of like roller coaster of it's Gabriel, and then one of our other people here, Hercules, had a really good insight to who it could be last week. What would you do?
I didn't do anything.
What the fuck?
A lot of people in the chat there are saying Enid. I don't know. People just don't trust Enid. I think Enid's trustworthy. She's fighting for the right cause. She's working with everybody. I would be shocked if it was Enid.
I don't trust her personally. I don't know what it is about her.
Yeah.
She watched her parents die, man.
Yeah. I know, but you know what? She's so she was locked in a closet for I don't know for how long, and then now she's out of the closet, obviously. But I just feel like she's sneaky. She just gives off sneaky to me.
I think part of it is because she was sneaky in the earlier episode. She was sneaking over the walls in Alexandria, going and doing her own thing.
Right.
And once you kind of get that little feel like she can be sneaky, that's where it is. And I don't know. I just don't see it.
Okay, all right. Hercules last week brought up the fact that this is his little theory on who it could be, talking about the mole situation. He said, I think it could be Diane from the Kingdom. Diane, the one with the bow.
Right.
He says that she strategically made sure she was with Jesus and Morgan and not King Ezekiel when the group was slaughtered. So
it was weird to see someone from the kingdom not with the group from the kingdom.
Right.
So yeah, I can see how that's a little fishy.
All right, so hold on. This is part of the fun too. Someone just sent a photo. Linda just sent a photo. Now Linda watches us all the way from London. I mean, France, by the way.
Nice.
She goes, "Hi, just here. She has proof there is a mole. Someone's spying on Aaron, and it's a photo of Aaron driving a car, looking through binoculars, though, or not a photo. Yeah, it's a huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'll show it to everybody here. Linda just shared this with us, and then I'll turn it and I'll show it to you. But it's definitely through a binocular view,
Right.
and that's Aaron driving a vehicle. Someone apparently spying on him.
Right.
Now, I mean, I don't know if that's a mole, but it could be just a spy.
It's true.
From anywhere, I imagine. So Hercules had a good theory on that on Diane. We also have Tiffany. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? My bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't get to finish the questions with over here. So, all right. Next question for Jeannie and Nick. If you were Father Gabriel, would you have stopped to help Gregory?
The problem, I think, is that Father Gabriel did not know too much about what Gabriel was doing. We didn't get to see a lot of the pre-war stuff where it was being explained who was what and what was going on where. So there's a chance that he just doesn't know how slimy of a person that Gregory is. And plus, I don't see him, after finally getting over what happened outside his church with the slaughtering of the people from the walkers, I don't see him turning his back on another living being, just with how much that ate him up. I just don't see it happening.
Okay. And that's true. I mean, because we don't know how much time, Gabriel could have spent with Gregory, whether just around him or in Hilltop, hearing about him or whatever. I mean, we only see certain scenes that involve them maybe being together. So we don't necessarily know if Gabriel knows that much about Gregory.
And let's be honest too, how many times have you heard stories about how awful a person is and then you meet them and they're absolutely great?
Yeah, it happens. It does happen. All right, next one. Who do you think has evolved more as a character, Gabriel or Eugene?
Well, it's Gabriel, of course. Eugene is still in the mindset where he feels like he needs to be protected by everything. He took a couple steps forward in learning how to kill a couple walkers here and there, and he took that big step when he took the RV heading into the finale with the lineup with Negan. But we have seen Gabriel really evolve from that chicken that hid inside his church to, going out and attacking that satellite outpost, learning to kill people, and just really finding out what it means to be part of a community rather than living for himself. And to me, that evolution itself has been amazing.
Did you send it to me?
I sent you a list of the questions. I've been typing them in a text
okay.
message. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I didn't have a notepad with me today, so.
All right, yeah. Look, everybody's got their own theory. Number one, we have some very strong opinions of Gregory, pro Gregory, should I say?
Absolutely.
Talking
pro Gregory or pro Xander Berkeley, because Xander Berkeley's a great actor.
Well,
Gregory is a slimy character. I mean, there's the crossover. You got to know the difference.
That's my argument every day, and it's my argument every day with almost the same person, General Cat. So
we're not getting off the list.
General Cat and a few other people are hard, devout followers of Sir Xander, but they also defend everything that Gregory has done. How you could defend anything he's done, I have no idea, because as a leader, he is a spineless, two-faced, no good, anything.
You're supposed to hate him, though. And if you're not hating him, then does that mean that Xander Berkeley isn't doing his job?
Exactly. If we all love Gregory, you'd be like, what is he doing? This isn't comic book.
Right.
So that's the thing. Xander Berkeley, and we've said it many times, does such a great job portraying Gregory that we hate him because he does exactly what he's supposed to do. Make us hate Gregory. No one likes Gregory.
No, they shouldn't.
I mean, for God's sakes, he stole some little girl's pancakes.
He did not steal those pancakes.
He did not. Are you sure he didn't? Are you sure he didn't?
Really quick.
I wasn't there.
And I know this happened 2 episodes ago, right, with Cal and
Cal,
Gregory.
Yeah.
I just have to point out that's still one of my favorite scenes from the show to date, especially with us having interviewed James Chen before, and just watching that interaction, like, dude! I don't know why. That just got me, because The Walking Dead's usually, like, super serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something out of a weird 80s sitcom. You were like, wow, okay.
Yeah, and like, even with Rick and Daryl, when Daryl was like, you look like shit. Like...
You know.
Those moments are just fantastic and catch you off guard.
Yeah.
You think on a show like this that it would be challenging to fit those moments in, but they do a fantastic job.
Yeah, they do. They recently they've been able to slip in a little bit where you get to like kind of smile and get like a little chuckle out of like something, you know. So even though, especially in the fact that it's in war mode right now, and to be able to do that, you know, shows good diversity in the writing of the show.
Yeah, like Jerry just telling King Ezekiel that he's an awesome dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to get Cooper on the show. I really, really do.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, we'll work on that though. All right, so this is from Tiffany. She said, "Where do you think Rick went since they parted ways? And who do you think? Who do you think he is taking the Polaroids for?"
Okay, parted ways. I don't get that one. Can you explain that to me?
I think she means after they got the guns, they like split up. Daryl went one way, Rick went another.
They even show it in the don't they?
Yeah, the TV they were driving the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, my opinion is that since they have the guns, I'm thinking Rick is probably either bringing them both to Alexandria, both to Hilltop, or one to Alexandria, one to Hilltop. They have those high gates. They mount one of those guns up there. They have advantage. They have the vantage point with a 50 cal weapon.
Absolutely, you don't want to take them both away from the front line. Rick is definitely delivering those weapons somewhere, and we don't know where yet.
Right.
Wherever they're going, I'd put them at the gates of Alexandria if it were me.
Right. Either that or Hilltop. I mean, or 1-1, whatever. But you got to go with the advantage of having the hilltop being up high, clear view all the way around you.
And with nearly all the kingdom wiped out, I mean, it's all kids and just a couple people left there. So defending that right now doesn't make like a lot of sense. They should try to move them over to Alexandria inside the walls and get that area protected. That's what I think they should do. But it's a show, so we'll have to wait and see what they decide to do.
Pretty
As
much.
for the Polaroids now, I don't understand the Polaroids. I don't like the Polaroids. It makes absolutely no sense to me. If you're in war, you don't take time to taunt people. You do what you need to do to win the damn war.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can really draw from the Polaroid situation is the fact that Negan and the Saviors used to do it to either, like listen, this is motivation for you to be with us or not with us. If you're not with us, you'll become a victim and you'll be the next photo. Because when they went to raided the satellite station in season 7, there's Polaroids all over the place.
Right, the Lucille victims were all Polaroided.
So I'm thinking Rick is kind of doing some kind of reverse psychology, like, this is what we did to your people.
But is this really a time for mind games? You need to play one-upsmanship. You need to play, whose junk is bigger than another's. Just shoot it and get over with it.
I get it, yeah. I think maybe in a way, so that way, I think so that maybe Rick might be thinking, maybe we don't have to have this long, drawn-out war if we can show him we've taken out half of his forces.
Yeah, but that's inconsistent, too, with the opening statement where he's like, I'm going to kill him. It's going to be me that takes out Negan. And then he gets the opportunity and he snaps a photo of him instead and then runs away when he has time to decide whether or not to go or stay with Father Gabriel. That whole situation just didn't sit well with me.
Right.
I mean, I get that they can't just have Rick walk up and shoot Negan in the head.
Yeah, show's over. I mean, well,
that's not how it's going to work.
That storyline's over. What go ahead.
Polaroids, why?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out eventually.
I really hope there's a plan.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Like I said, the only thing I can really come up with is showing, like you said, kind of showing like, hey, my D's bigger than your D, and look how much damage we've done, throwing him in front of him and being like, we've already killed all your people. You have nothing.
But if Negan was more concerned with his people and actually like knew some of their names or
Yeah.
plans with them and everything like that, I mean, he likes his generals. He knows his generals' names and everything. But you know, the other people, I don't think you're gonna get to them that way.
Like the Jeffrey Dahmer dude who kidnapped Ezekiel. Like,
Luther.
yeah, he's like, does Negan even know your name?
I bet he didn't.
Yeah,
I bet he absolutely didn't.
definitely not. You know, it's like, to me, when I thought of that, like, I always go to like an Austin Powers reference. Because it's like, Austin, you know, Dr. Evil's like, not you, henchman number 1, not you, henchman number 2.
Not you, henchman.
You know,
Precariously, I forgot how he said
turning knobs.
Turning knobs, make it look like you're doing something.
Rick Sandy in the chat makes a good point there.
What's that?
He could be taking the Polaroids to show
The scavengers.
He says the scavengers, but it could even be Oceanside to show them that, hey, we're winning this war. Join our side.
Yeah.
It could be the case.
That's true. It could be, yeah. I mean, it could be like, you know, yeah, to show everybody else that they're winning the war, maybe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that's possible. Hercules is very, very good with, you know, outside the box, you know, stuff. You know, that's where he came to us with Diane, and I was like, holy shit, I saw that happen, and I didn't even pick up on it.
Yeah, that theory right there it makes sense. And I'm almost impressed when fan theories are kind of logical. It's like, okay, yeah, I can take that.
Yeah.
But some fan ones are even more fun, so
Yeah.
hopefully we get some of them tonight too.
Well, I have a list now developing. We got a list developing.
Yeah, we've got like 11 things right now.
Yeah. Linda's on board saying it's Diane the Mole. Why she chose to be with Morgan's group instead of to be with the King. And we also have this crazy theory that she had Tamil. That she and Tamil can be sisters. I mean, that's possible. That's possible. They kind of have that same.
I kind of see the familiarity,
Yeah. So, I mean, that's, like I said, once again, like, listen, outside the box thinking is good because all these things can add up to something. You know, you never know. That's why we do this every week.
Right.
So, actually, you know what? And Tiff, now that I read the whole thing, Tiffany actually pointed out in her comment, she goes, who do you think he's taking the Polaroids for? She goes, could it be the dumpster people or Oceanside? So, that was, you know, sorry, Herc. Tiff actually had it first. She wrote this on Monday. So, she's been holding this question for a while. So, maybe, you know, I think she, you know, unless you've been thinking the same thing since Monday, then I got to give it to Tiff. We'll have to wait it out. All right, let's dig into these. Wow, we got holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. Tiffany wants to know, how do you think Negan will escape from the war and end up surviving, or do you think they'll change it from the comic book?
Okay, so do I think Negan will escape from the war? I don't want to reveal too many comic spoilers because I know there are a lot of people here that just don't really want to know what happens in the comics, and I'm a comic reader.
Right.
I love it. I love it every month. Bring it on. The story right now in the comics is amazing. If you're not reading it, you're missing out. But still, let's go back and let's talk about Negan because as a fan, you should want Negan to die. You should want Negan dead, especially if you're a big fan of the people of Alexandria and everything that's happened to this point. But The Walking Dead has so many things hinging on some of their big cash cow characters. Rick is a big cash cow character. You got Dara. Michonne is a very popular character that's branching out now into some Marvel films and things like that. You've got so many fantastic characters, and Negan is one of them. And they're going to want to keep Negan around for a while, if not just to have him on the show. And so they can insert him in other situations and just keep the fandom going real well. And I do see them keeping him around, and I don't like the idea of keeping him around. I think that's definitely the route they're going to take.
Yeah, I mean, they discuss, it's like a weekly conversation they have about the ratings for the show and how it suffered and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And we've sat here and been like, look, that show could lose another 5 million views and still be number one on Sunday.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Walking Dead, when they're getting 8 to 9 million viewers per week, and then you've got a cult popular show. I love Supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their fandom's fantastic. They only million viewers on
Yeah.
each live episode.
Right. But they're comparing, and this is the thing. It's in its 8th season. A lot of the bandwagon people have jumped if it wasn't something that they continued liking. A lot of people left because it got too gory and the blood and it's like, and that to me, like, if you haven't read the comic like we have, you know what I mean?
Right.
You have no idea how dark this could really be.
Right.
Because the comic really, I mean, it gets dark. Like.
There's so many scenes. The scene that happened with Abraham's backstory at the grocery store. That could have been one of the most disturbing scenes in television history.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Carl, when he was messing with the claimers,
Mm-hmm.
that situation, so dark.
Yeah.
And even like the death of Carol in the comics,
Right.
the way that all happened. There's so many moments from the comics that are so different from television that makes it all just so rewarding for viewers and readers alike.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they actually played out the Michonne taking out, or not taking out, but seriously dismembering the governor? Could you imagine if they actually did that? Like,
and that's what surprises me. Every time you hear about people going too far, and I get that comic books, you can go that extra mile, and television, they're still fighting to be able to say an F word in an episode or so.
right.
But wow, it's crazy to think about all these people that are jumping ship.
Yeah.
When some of those popular movies are the goriest and just most gruesome things, and I love gory and gruesome. That's why I'm here. I love zombies and horror and everything.
I mean,
to me, you could step it up a notch.
Exactly. Like, everybody was upset over Shiva. I get it. You got, how you, I mean, okay. You fall in love with the animal, the tiger itself. That's fine. Knowing that it was a CGI man in a blue suit, really hard for me to really attach my feelings to it, and be like, oh, but in the meantime, I know it's a freaking computer generated tiger. I was actually more pissed that scene wasn't more than it should have been. That was lackluster for me.
I know that Shiva fans out there aren't going to like me, but it had to happen. It had to happen. The cost of generating this tiger, doing all the special effects and the editing, it's the same reason like why Rick's hand isn't chopped off.
Right.
Yep.
Just it would cost way too much to do.
Yep.
They did it with Merle because Merle's extension on his arm was one of the fakest props because his forearm would have been just longer than hell.
Yeah.
But I get why they're making these changes from the comics and why they weren't able to keep Shiva around a little longer.
Mm-hmm.
It just absolutely makes sense.
Yeah, but the way she died, to me, the way that, because in the comics she does die kind of like the same way, fighting a horde of zombies, but it was too short.
There should have been more.
Oh, there should have been more.
Oh wow, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this. They needed more time to just show her squirming and hurting, and Ezekiel's face, just him breaking down because him saving Shiva was what helped bring out so much of his personality and it made him a leader. And that I love this episode, but I could use a little bit more of that just to tug at those heartstrings a little bit more.
Yeah.
And build up Ezekiel as a character because this episode I think did a lot for Ezekiel.
Oh yeah.
And everybody's going to be really curious to see how he recovers from all of this.
Well, we actually have that. That's in the questions.
Okay.
So we'll get to it. I promise. All right. Well, Ryan says Adam is the Case Keenum of Beast Mode NY. So
I can step in. I can put in a good performance, and I think I can get this done.
Yeah. Well,
You need to switch it up to Teddy. I understand that. Xander's a Sam Brad. It's okay. We got this.
Yeah, we got this, man. Linda says, do you think the king's reign is at an end? So I don't.
Because I could see them deviating from the comics here and just having him broken for a long time. I mean, losing that many people that he obviously cared so much about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he put a lot of his life into making sure that everybody was safe, hiding the saviors from everybody to deliver this food, without even letting them live their own lives. Ezekiel is going to be crushed for a long time. He's going to need a lot of help coming back from the brink of despair, especially after losing so many people. So many. I just, it's going to take a while, and I hope Carol's there to help him as well as Jerry, and I hope that they can try to rebuild it as well as they can, and who knows, maybe some of the people from Alexandria or the Hilltop might want to come over and check out the kingdom, help them grow back up.
So do you think, like, he's at rock bottom right now?
Absolutely.
So do you think Carol steps up and starts taking the leadership role while he's going through his emotions?
Well, I don't think she's gonna she will rise to the occasion, but I think she's gonna do something a little bit more Carol-like. She tried several times. Like, remember when she used to go to Rick and say, "Hey, we gotta take care of Pete Anderson,"
Mm-hmm.
and then she went back again and said, "Hey, this Pete Anderson thing,
Yeah.
you know, we gotta nip it in the bud. He's a bad guy. He's hurting people." You know, I think that's what she's gonna kind of do with Ezekiel, kind of nudge him in the right direction. Sure, she'll take care of things behind the scenes, but she's gonna keep pushing Ezekiel, and I hope to see Ezekiel back in power. But in the meantime, I think Carol's gonna do a great job stepping in.
Absolutely. I mean, it's Carol, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
She doesn't, she can make cookies in the zombie apocalypse. So it's like, if you can make cookies in the Z-Poc, you're pretty much capable of doing anything.
Beets and acorns, though.
Hey, I don't think I'd be too picky. I mean, it's not chocolate chip, but I'm going to deal with it. You know what I mean? All right. Sharon says, how do you think they knew Kingdom was coming? Dude, I'm trying to read, bro.
It's not my fault.
Well, don't send me a text when I'm reading a question. You're going to catch a hot one.
Oh, but last week I missed questions and I get yelled at, so this week you're not missing questions.
How do you think they knew the Kingdom was coming to set that trap?
Oh, this was an easy one, because at the end of the previous episode, there was the one member of the Saviors that got away and had the radio. And after Shiva ate him, they found the radio, and they heard the radio transmission from the other side saying, "Okay, we received your message, we'll be ready."
Oh. Wow. All right. I didn't even pick it. Shit. Okay. All right. Another one from Sharon. She said, did Jesus make a mistake in letting the Saviors live?
Absolutely. I mean, I know that I'm the cruel and heartless one.
No.
That's you're saying shoot everybody in the head. You wipe them out. You wipe those guys out.
Yeah.
If you pee your pants through your jeans or not.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm so on board with the fact that Jesus not obeying Rick's rules, saying you take them out, and Tara being that voice saying, look, you can do what you do. I'll make sure I'm the one who informs Rick about what happened here. Because, and even Morgan, like, they're trying to do what they're set out to do, and you're not, you want to find some kind of humanity in this whole thing. Like, the guy literally tried to kill you, and then you just knock him out and tie him up. Like, I don't get it.
I get how some of those people might have been redeemable, but at the very least, that guy should have been it.
That guy definitely should have died. Sharon again, she says, so where are Rick and Daryl going now that they split up? Oh, well, we kind of touched on this one. But
yeah, we covered that one a little bit.
Yeah, we can touch it again.
I didn't really talk about where Daryl was going, and I think he's going to go back and possibly try to help and see what he can clean up. I'm betting that we see him go back to the kingdom, since he knew what was going on there, and he'll probably go and see all the carnage that is just there. Let's talk about that scene for a second, though, too, because I want to talk about that, because I loved it.
Sure, go ahead.
The scene with the decaf routing fire that the Saviors were shooting out the window.
Mm-hmm.
The huge holes in people, the limbs, all the special effect work there was just fantastic.
Absolutely.
Such a golden tone. I watched that scene and my jaw was on the ground. They did a fantastic job with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like getting hit with one of the, regular M16 or AR-15 that they're using or whatever, whatever they're using. One of those rounds hits your body, just like they depicted, your limb is off.
Yeah, it tore right through those people, and I was just watching that scene like, holy crap, But I do think that Daryl's going to go, he's going to check that out, he's going to see everything that happened, and I think that he's going to go check on people at the kingdom, see what's going on, and get the whole story about what's happened there. I think that's what we're going to see from Daryl. Either that, or maybe he's just going to he's going to return and check on someone. I just don't know who. I think it's going to be Carol, though. I think that those people are going to get their Carol Daryl moment in this episode coming up. So maybe that'll make them happy. I know a lot of people like that Carol Daryl couple.
A little bit more than a hug. A little bit more than a hug. No, just a hug. Just a long and brief. Yeah. Okay. All right. Linda says, "Are we going to see the Scavengers group with Jadis right before the hiatus, right before the break? Do you think we'll see them?"
I'm actually pretty curious because I don't know the terms of the deal that they made with Negan as far as how much they have to be involved in the war. If they were just there for the one attack at the gates of Alexandria. I do think that their services are definitely always up for grabs, and the fact that nobody's really hit them up and given them an offer to do something in this war is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But the Saviors have been kind of caught off guard, and from the previews, it looks like we're going to get to see a little bit of what is going on at the Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll take this opportunity to look and say, hey, we need some help. Let's go see if we can get them again and offer them 9 of whatever they gave them last time, but they never explained what they gave them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Real quick, we got a shout out for one of our saviors.
He's here too, by the way.
Blaine's here?
Yeah, he's poking around somewhere. I saw him.
Blaine, forgive me if I mispronounce your last name wrong. But big shout out for Blaine Rincon. He's going to be at the Comic-Con in Reading. Reading in Reading. Out in the UK. He's going to be out there at Comic-Con the 25th and the 26th of November. So anybody out there in the UK, if you want to go see a savior and go, maybe I don't know, he's going to have a kitty cat with him because we know Blaine loves his cats.
And also, if you can't make it to Reading Comic Con, but you want an autographed picture, make sure you hit up Gay Martina in her DMs on Twitter.
Yes.
And she will hook you up.
Absolutely.
Those little cons are great. Seriously, if you ever have a chance to meet some of those celebrities, I know like Walker Stalker Con and Wizard World are fantastic for the huge guests they can bring in. But those smaller cons, you can get so close to some of these celebrities, or cast members, and just meet and interact. I highly recommend any chance you get to go to those.
Yeah. Are you going to be going to any? I mean, we're going to be hitting up New Jersey in December.
Yep.
I've already got my love and everything booked for Walker Stalker Chicago. I went to Crypticon here in Minneapolis. I believe it was a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
I try to hit as many conventions as I can, especially since there were some Friday the 13th people at Crypticon. That helped seal the deal for me. I love those slasher movies, man.
That's awesome. Good for you. Yeah, I would love to be able to make the Chicago one.
I really want to go to Heroes and Villains Fan Fest.
Oh, yeah. Chicago's got it. Come on down.
I know. I want to so bad.
I mean, I'm like, dude, it's like an 8 to 10 hour ride or like a 2-hour flight.
Well, actually, it's gotten a lot better with our work situation.
Yeah.
With scheduling stuff.
Yeah.
Because things have happened at our job, and Chris and I both work at the same place, and my schedule was recently changed, so I work 4 days a week with this ass hat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm ass hat. But then again, I'm not the one wearing a hat, so that's okay.
Yeah, where's your Fisher hat?
It's over there.
You gotta wear it, because Gay loves when you wear that hat.
I know. I'm sorry, Gay. No hat tonight. All right, here we go. We're going to keep going. Sharon wants to know, what are the Scavengers up to during this whole thing?
I just think they're chilling. They're doing their thing. They've got 9 of whatever they had. They got food. They got
I think it was people. I think the bet was soldiers. I think it was soldiers. Like, 10 and 9 and, whatever, that little stare down they had. I'm pretty sure it was people, though. I think it was military people for them.
Yeah, so I think that they're just kind of doing their garbage living thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone else is probably just sitting back watching these groups destroy themselves, and they're just kind of like, well, hopefully we made the right decision and we went with the winner,
Yeah.
Because if not, there's going to be hell to pay. I mean, Jadis already shot Rick, so, and prior, she wanted to sleep with the damn guy. So it's like, well, what do you want?
Hey, you want to sleep with them, then you shoot them. That's normal for women, right?
Yeah, I get... Ooh!
Sorry.
Considering that, 90% of our chat room is women.
Adam?
Hey, there's a reason I'm single. It's okay.
Adam, it's been great talking to you. Have a good night.
Sven, let me tell you something, Sven. That was straight Viking talk, so good for you, Sven.
I'm gonna start calling you Ragnar Lothbrok. There you go. From Vikings.
Oh yeah, there you go. All right.
Or are you more of a Floki?
What?
I've never seen the show.
Oh really? Floki is like the human equivalent of Loki, the jester.
Yeah.
And so he's always like the comedic relief for the TV show.
Oh okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see. Kind of covered this, but we'll touch on it a little bit more. Linda said, what was your natural reaction to Shiva sacrificing herself for Ezekiel?
So not only was it spoiled for me beforehand on Twitter, and also something I knew was coming up because of the comics.
Right.
But watching it play out, for some reason, when I was watching it on TV, it didn't hit me that hard. But then I went back and I was watching some of the reaction videos on YouTube of people, watching the episode. For some reason, watching them tear up about it just really hit me, and I don't know why that bothered me more than watching the scene itself. But it's odd. It's really odd how that worked.
Yeah. Like I said, I had a hard time really getting attached to something that I was more devastating by reading it in the comic than I was seeing it play out on TV. Because, like I said, I knew it was a dude in a blue suit, not a real tiger, whatever, I don't know. That's just me.
You know what bothered me about that scene, and it wasn't anything to do with Shiva getting eaten, because I expected it to happen because of the comics, and I actually, I haven't gotten to that part in the comics, but I do follow this stuff, and I have seen the actual scene where it happens in the comics, and I think it was done very well in the TV show. I think that you could have done with a little bit more gore, but what broke my heart was Ezekiel's face.
The worst part of that scene was when they were trying to lower, him down in, and then they were trying to figure out how to get up. Like, the walkers were taking the tiniest little baby steps.
Yeah.
It's like, you can still walk, zombies. Come on, get going.
You're supposed to be hungry. Go get it, Yeah. It's kind of like they were like, hey, he's injured. Let's take it easy on him, guys. Not so fast. He's not going anywhere. Alrighty. Lucy wants to know, do you see Negan and Rick eventually forming an alliance?
Wouldn't that be an awesome team?
Honestly, I could not see it happening. They would have to deviate so far from the comic. Would it be good for TV and ratings?
Comics, are you?
Huh?
You're not caught up in the comics, are you?
Well, yeah. What? Well, I know that they. No. I don't. Well, I'm trying not to really throw it out there. I know that there is a. You know what I mean? I know that
situations coming where they're forced to.
Right.
I get it. Yeah.
But I don't see them forming an alliance, so to speak, where they live and flourish happily ever after, frolicking through, flower fields together,
I don't see them developing a friendship or a romantic relationship or anything like that.
It's kind of like, look, we need to have a peace real quick because we got to handle some other shit.
Right. I mean, I don't see them ever becoming friends, and if they did, I would love to see how Maggie reacts to all that.
Oh, boy. I think Maggie would say, fuck both of you, I'm going to kill them both. All right. Stitch is here. What up, Stitch?
Oh yeah, she's here.
Yeah, she goes, will Negan throw Gabriel out as zombie chow and make his escape while they are preoccupied?
I do think that if the situation comes up where Negan has to sacrifice Gabriel, I don't think he'll have a problem doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he'd rather keep Gabriel as some sort of kind of leverage. Because it wouldn't make sense just... I said previously, when I did my show on Undead Talking over there, that I would personally, if it were me, I would kill Gabriel and I'd deliver him right to the steps of Alexandria and leave his body there. That's what I'd do.
What do you think... What do you think is that conversation is right now that's taking place between these two while everything else is going on?
Now, they did have the teaser where they revealed a lot of that conversation, if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, well... I mean, I don't know if everybody else, but, I don't know if everyone's seen it.
Now, if I hadn't seen it, I would think that it would be a lot of intimidation, a lot of breaking down. I don't think it would be like any sort of immediate, bash his head in with Lucille or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, if you're a fan of Father Gabriel, you've got to be pooping your pants right now.
Yeah. Well, apparently that is what happens. All right. Linda wants to know, do you think that Dwight is going to get outed by Gavin or Simon?
If that's a yes-no question, then yes. If I had to pick one, I think that they are finally figuring out that it's probably either Eugene or Dwight at this point.
Right.
I don't think they can pinpoint which one it is.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see this next episode because I know that a lot of that discussion is going to be going on, and we haven't gotten to see what's been going on at the sanctuary. So fingers crossed that it's just a dramatic episode, lots of finger pointing and yelling, and the Savior's going nuts and figuring out what's going on with all the walkers there. And I'm excited for this episode for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
One of them is because I just love Dwight. I love Dwight's character. I want to see him get redemption, and I don't want to see him killed off. So fingers crossed there.
Dwight is quite Viking-esque. He's got he's got the Viking-esque. So I see why you're drawn to that. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Austin is a really good actor.
No, he is.
So I think he does a very good job.
Absolutely.
Kind of in the same way that Xander makes us hate Gregory, Austin makes us hate Dwight. You know what I mean?
I like Dwight.
I'm saying in general.
That's the problem, is we're supposed to dislike him. They're supposed to kind of come around to him.
Right.
And I think he's still kind of earning trust, even though people should trust him completely after giving the list to Rick.
Yeah.
That alone should have been enough to say, okay, we can trust this guy. But I think fans are still really skeptical.
Yeah, I agree. I can go with that because we have some people. I did a poll at one point about the whole mole situation. Dwight was one of the options, and he won. So I mean, yes, he is a mole, but people are like, oh no, he's definitely playing both sides and giving information. I mean, I guess he kind of has to give some sort of information to Negan, whether it's right or wrong. Like maybe vague information.
I don't know. I think he's almost completely done with. He's doing the bare minimum. After losing Sherry, he has no real reason to stick around there, and he knows that.
Yeah. What? All right. Did they ever? What do you think was on those notes that were shot back and forth between him and Daryl?
Those were the lists of the locations, and
was
the
it?
weapons, and the lookouts. Yeah.
That's those were the cross off lists for all the stations and stuff.
Yep, and then Daryl shot him back an arrow, letting him know when it was all going down.
Okay.
So he'd kind of be safe. What did concern me, though, is when Dwight was outside and everybody else was lined up there.
Right.
And nobody was, aiming with their guns, just opening fire, spraying at the front of the sanctuary. Dwight was there. They could have hit him.
It's true. Yeah.
No cares given. If it happened, it happened.
Yeah. Okay. Pipe her down.
What's funny is actually when that whole thing happened with Dwight and Daryl, Chris and I saw a video and they were like some of the most ridiculous things that have happened on this week's episode of The Walking Dead, and the guy, the narrator, was like, I would love an hour of Dwight and Daryl shooting love notes back and forth, and I don't know why. But I watched that with him, and I was dying laughing. That was the funniest part of the entire video.
It's true, though. Sharing secrets back and forth, cooking recipes, whatever. How do you like your squirrel?
What you doing?
Yeah, exactly. What you doing? I'm carving little things out of wood, you asshole. Oh, God. All right.
Blaine goes, it was notes saying check yes or no.
Yeah. You want to go on a date? Check yes or no.
It's a country song, isn't it?
That would be your department.
Yeah, I think there's a song called Check Yes or No.
There's a country song like that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, yeah.
All right. Hercules, he goes... Let me see here. Oh, wait. Hercules says, the Saviors must know they have a mole. Do you think Eugene is nervous?
Oh, yeah. Eugene's got to be pooping his pants because, of course, he's probably still terrified about learning that his suicide pill was the thing that killed, Sasha inside the coffin.
Right.
And then it gets out, then it gets out that to his wives that, hey, he made these with the purpose of killing Negan.
Right.
It's just a big tunnel, and Eugene's not exactly known for his bravery, so he's probably not feeling too good about this situation at all.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I mean, my answer to that is when is Eugene not nervous?
That's true.
The only time he looked like he had a tiny bit of confidence is when they rolled up to Alexandria and he's on his bullhorn telling everybody that he's Negan and all this shit, and he's trying to present himself as a strong person in front of Rick.
We also saw that too when he was at the sanctuary in the line getting his supplies.
Oh,
he
yeah.
was talking to them like a badass, man.
Yeah, he's like per Negan, you know, the whatever. I'm now Dr. Eugene and all this stuff.
With his jar of pickles.
Yeah, jar of pickles.
Pickles will return next week, so keep an eye out for it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the pickles make a comeback.
they do.
Okay, all right.
Hashtag pickle comeback.
No,
No, that's
not gonna catch on. I'm sorry.
I'll think of something. Don't worry. Hashtag pickle Sundays.
No.
that just sounds bad.
I'll keep
Yeah.
trying it.
Yeah, it sounds like you should have ice cream on top of it, and it's just not gonna work.
Ice cream?
Sundays.
Yeah,
You said pickle Sundays. Pickles like hey what?
Oh, okay, yeah, I know you're right.
See?
Those pickles, it's just
It's not good.
No, it's not. That sounds terrible.
All right, Lucy says, how do you think Ezekiel will move forward?
I touched a lot on Ezekiel being broke down and how I think Carol's going to be instrumental in bringing him back along with Jerry. The kingdom, although it hasn't been physically destroyed, it's emotionally gone. I mean, that opening scene where the kid and the mom were saying goodbye and, watching all these people that kind of got touched on, just being torn apart in seconds after we got to see those scenes. It's going to take a long time for that entire community to recover, not just Ezekiel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look, there's no doubt, like we spoke about it before, there's no doubt that this is going to be a long recovery process for him. He's going to need Carol to be his sorry, I'm reading some of the comments. He's going to need Carol to be his backbone, his support system now. She's going to have to be the one to be like, hey, don't worry about the show you used to put on. Come be you. Come be this the kingdom's leader again. You don't need to do the whole speech thing. You don't need to do any of that anymore. Just come lead, because you're the person they've been following. So, just lead them and let them follow you like they were before.
Oh, so you're saying drop the act and just be some guy, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like obviously he, that whole scene that played out with the dude, with the Jeffrey Dahmer guy, really broke him down. You could see it in his face as he's walking behind him saying, you're a nobody, you're a zookeeper, like you're nothing, you put on this big show for your people. It really, his face was just blank. He knew that it was nothing but the truth. And then you see it later on when she was getting attacked and, when they were at the gate and they're trying to fight off whatever. And he's telling, he's sitting there and he's saying like, don't call me your man. Yeah, I'm not your king. Telling Jerry like, I'm not your king. Don't call me that anymore. So I think it's just gonna be like he's this broken person, and he's going to have to really just be him. I think from now on.
But is that what you want? Do you want the king persona to be gone, or did you kind of enjoy that?
No, I enjoy King Ezekiel. I enjoy that whole character a lot. As like it brings a lot to the show. It gives you, it gives you that bigger feeling for some reason. When he speaks and he talks about the kingdom and the grander things and all that stuff. I don't personally want it gone. I think that just could be a direction that they might go in, where it's like he comes back, but it's like, this is me, and the man you knew is gone.
Yeah. I can totally see that. I'd like to see King Ezekiel go too, because like you said, I love those speeches. I love how he brings everyone together.
Yeah.
But maybe he can do all that without having the character. So
right.
I hope that if they do go that route, that you're right.
Yeah. We all know his fate comes much later down the road.
Or it doesn't, maybe.
Or maybe it doesn't. Depends on how they write it. Michelle says, do you think that the animals will turn if they are bit? Could it happen if the virus mutates?
All right, so I've been going back and forth on so many things to do with the walkers themselves, because I don't know. We don't really know much of anything about the infection itself
right.
at all.
Yeah.
And when you see people getting eaten by walkers, if their brains aren't eaten, why aren't their skeletal remains getting back up and moving? There's so many things that I just don't really get about the whole thing. I don't, if an animal's bitten and runs away, I mean, sure, it could probably turn. And they kind of touched a little bit on that with at the prison when the pigs were sick. People were wondering, are those pigs infected, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about as far as the infection itself, and Robert Kirkman has said that we'll probably never know anything about that. But the idea of an infected bear chasing you through the woods or something, that's probably the scariest thing I've ever heard.
I know someone made a comment, I think, about Shiva possibly turning, and kind of like, I don't know if he just started watching Game of Thrones, and spoiler alert, mute your mic if you haven't watched the season of Game of Thrones, but same thing happens with one of Daenerys' dragons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he gets killed, and then the Night King has the whites carry him through the ice, pick him up, and stabs him with a spear and converts him. So, you know, would something like that happen with, you know, Shiva? I think that'd be a huge mindfuck personally for Ezekiel.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be great for almost anything involved. I hope that's the last we see of Shiva.
Yes, I agree.
I don't want to see zombified animals either. So I'm going to say no, please don't do that. But I'm also going to say that I don't think it's going to happen either.
Yeah. I know that in the zombie genre area, there are some authors who have written books where the virus does mutate, and, you know, animals do start, you know, you see dogs that are turned, you see squirrels that are turned, bears, you name it.
Like, I Am Legend, you know, when Will Smith's dog turns.
Yeah.
That broke my heart. I mean, like, I'm a huge dog lover.
But that wasn't real zombie, though.
No.
That was like
I'm
zombie vampire hybrid.
Yeah, but I mean, I still classify it in that similar genre where it's like post-apocalyptic, blood-sucking.
But those things were super fast,
carnivorous,
super strong.
Yeah, but then you also have to bring in the movies like what's the zombie movie with Brad Pitt?
Oh, World War Z.
World War Z. Thank you. I mean, those things could fucking climb walls and run.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, It's different. It goes back to the whole argument of
not a very popular movie though for zombie people.
No, but I mean, I appreciated it for certain aspects, but I didn't like it as a whole.
Right.
But then it also goes into effect, like Dawn of the Dead, another example.
Yeah.
Those zombies could run.
Right.
So what kind of zombies are they?
See, I've always been a fan of the slow zombies. You know, the ones that kind of represent just your eventual death.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are the ones that I grew up on. You know, watching all the zombie movies growing up, and I don't know. To me, I don't even really like fast zombies that much. And when you add in animal zombies, you know, like the dogs in Resident Evil or something like that, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
But I will say that both the original and the remake of Dawn of the Dead are still two of my favorite zombie movies.
Oh, the original Dawn of the Dead, Romero. Oh God, so good.
Yeah. So we have some people who are on the fence about dead zombie animals. Let me see. Zombievers is getting a lot of credit out there for being a great.
If you've never seen that movie, Zombievers, check it out. It's actually shockingly good.
That's with
like,
Tiffany.
Those 80s horror kind of things. Oh,
yeah.
So much fun. I believe it was a cast member from Fear the Walking Dead that told me to check that out.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Blaine says it's great. Blaine's like Zombievers. Tiffany said Zombievers.
And even Tiff pointed
Hercules
out
said Zombievers.
in Z Nation, the animals turn. Like I think you pointed out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hercules says that a zombie goat's coming back, causing Morgan to clear again. R.I.P. R.I.P. Tabitha, the goat. I mean, I don't think they'll. You never know with these guys and their writers, but I don't think they're going to dive into that kind of area, so to speak. But I don't know. It hasn't appeared yet in the comics, so I just don't see it happening in the show.
But The Walking Dead wants to focus on people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the zombies are there, but it's really the story of people trying to survive other people, live with other people, and I don't see them adding too many more distractions to that.
It's because right now, I mean, with everything that's coming up, let's pose this question to you real quick before we get to we have some other obviously viewer questions. When do you see the war ending? Like in what season? How long do you see them playing this out for?
I think that this war could be the entire season. I hope that we don't see the time jump with everybody recovering from the war until between 8 and 9.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping. That does mean that we're going to get some fans that are going to be mad because they're going to have to stretch out some episodes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Those first 3 episodes were so fast-paced
Right.
that if they were to continue with those, this war would have been over in no time.
Yeah. See,
so they got to slow this down a bit.
And well, that's how I kind of saw. I loved 8-4. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of saw 8-4 as a filler.
It was definitely a bottle episode because it didn't bounce back and forth.
Right.
The time frame and the whole thing didn't move a lot.
Right.
But to focus on the story of King Ezekiel was something that I think the show really needed to do.
Oh yeah.
Because Ezekiel never really got enough time. They got to have a massive amount of just gross losses on Team Family's side, which we haven't gotten to see that either. And we've gotten some losses of familiar names so far, but that one hit real hard. And I don't understand why. Well, I don't understand why they did it. I understand why they included the scene with Rick and Daryl in this episode, just to kind of include them to change up the pace and put Rick and Daryl in an episode where maybe some other fans may not have liked it as much because they weren't there. But I kind of saw it as a distraction from this episode. I wish it would have been like the start of next episode or something, and that this episode could have focused entirely on the kingdom and Jerry and Ezekiel and Carol doing what they can. That scene also, the bad CGI bullet stuff, the vehicle, the 80s action movie dive into the truck. I didn't care for almost any of that.
Yeah, the part that I enjoyed probably the most out of the whole thing was the fact, like, after the Saviors get in the truck and they leave, and Ezekiel asked, why'd you save us? You should have went. Yeah. So you hear like there's like that little pause, and then you see like a little smile come across Carol's face because in the distance you can hear the bike. So she's like, "Don't worry, we're gonna get the guns." So and then I know what you mean about the whole I don't know, James Bond-esque maneuvering of jumping from vehicle to vehicle, or A-Team kind of stuff, I guess they could have went about it another way, maybe try to ram the guy off the road, but it's Rick. Rick does the hard stuff, and Rick is gonna jump, from one vehicle to another, stab a dude and bail out before the car goes crashing,
It felt kind of out of place in that episode.
Yeah.
But I get why they did it. I mean, it got fans a little bit excited, and it raised the feelings, like the morale of the episode, just to bring it down even further.
Right.
When everything else happened, so I get it.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
It was to give you that little applause at the end, like, all right, we kind of won this. We had losses, but we kind of won. We got the guns.
Right.
So yeah, I see that. All right. Where are we at? Ashley says, "Do you think major deaths are coming soon? Like before the mid-season finale?"
I don't know. At this point, I'm not really feeling like there's going to be a whole lot of big name deaths. I mean, we're going to see some saviors, some people from the kingdom, some people from the hilltop. I don't think we're going to see any of the big characters go. The only one that really has me concerned right now is Morgan.
Okay. Now, where do you think he's doing right now? What's his? Is he going back to clear? Is that what it is? Is he in clear mode?
I don't even think Morgan knows what Morgan's doing right now. I think he's wandering around those woods trying to figure out what he's doing and for who and why and what the purpose is. He's going to end up somewhere. I'm guessing they probably find him over at Carol's house.
Yeah, you think so?
That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that he needed some time by himself, and that's where he went.
Yeah.
That's a complete guess because I have no idea.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with him because this is just Morgan. This is what he does. He's a man of mental ping pong game going on inside there.
But you got to give it to him. Once he gets a belief, man, he's hardcore with it.
Yeah. And that's what I love the direction he was going in. Him and Tara were on the same page. Like, let's kill these people. They would not save us. They wouldn't keep us at you wouldn't see them risking their lives to keep us as captured and stuff like that. Like, there was a whole discussion we had. Like, why would you take these people as prisoners, tie them together, and then have to? You're risking your life already. Now you have, if you want to, I guess, keep these people as prisoners, you have to safeguard them too. Like,
Yeah.
no.
And how much can you trust them? Even if you just keep them in one trailer at the hilltop,
Yeah.
you can't trust that.
No, and that's the thing. Like, every day they're going to try to either escape, capture someone to switch the role. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. And Jesus, I think, is going to pay dearly for that.
Yeah, that's between Morgan and Jesus. I don't. I was hoping that Morgan would get a little bit of an upper hand, but I don't know how much they built up Jesus as in the comics, and even even some of his spots with Dale and things like that. They put him on a very high level.
Yeah, he's on a pedestal. Like, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, they made Jesus like Bruce Lee, for God's sakes, where like Morgan couldn't even touch him, and then when he did, it was like a ow. I'm like, he hit you with a stick. So, I don't know. I don't like how they made him like this invincible karate kid. I don't know.
There's no stopping Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. What would Jesus do?
Just going to interject that it's somehow in the chat we've gotten to the point where people are saying that Negan is shooting blanks and they're not talking about AR-15s, if you know what I mean.
What does that have to do with anything?
Basically,
Full of babies, you never know.
Basically, this whole thing started because I have the theory that the girl in the flash forward that Rick is having is Gracie. Judith is now dead. She died either during or after the all-out war, and that when she dies, they realize that she doesn't turn. So then they start thinking, like, what's going on? And they start to realize that babies that are conceived and born after the outbreak are immune because they've spent 9 months in the womb, and their immune system has built up like antibodies against the infection, because in the CDC episode they prove that all humans are infected, and they will die.
Now, I do want to give a little bit of validity to your argument that the baby or the girl that Rick has at his house isn't Judith. That doll that she's carrying, the stuffed animal,
yeah,
that was the one that was found in Gracie's crib.
Yeah, exactly. And then a lot of people said, okay, maybe Gracie dies and Rick takes it, gives it to Judith, but I don't think so. I think the timing's not a coincidence.
And the whole episode where they kept flashing to the two future realities with him broken and shattered on the porch with the stained glass in his face, and the other one with him and Carl and Michonne having breakfast and everything. It was such a weird dynamic, to see the high compared to the low, and it makes you wonder which future we're really going to get.
Yeah. Well, that was actually one of Linda's questions. Any theories about Gracie or Judith? So,
Scratch that puppy off the list.
Yeah, there it is, Linda.
I mean, it'd be kind of fucked up if they showed, Judith dying, but I mean,
The comic spoiler, she's been dead for a long time in the comics.
Yeah, exactly. She died, with Lori and everything, and it's just, I don't know. I think they would have to. I don't think they have to catch up with the comics at some point. I think they will catch up with the comics, and I think I do think that's going to happen. And I would love to see an immunity twist in there somehow.
Okay, but how do you go about killing a baby on the show?
Stray bullet.
I was just going to think that a stray ricochet bullet or something.
Carrier or something like that, because you're not going to show a dead baby, are you?
Well, see, hold on. I mean, you know what? Stray bullet kind of. I want to debunk the stray bullet now that I say it, because why is Judith outside with gunfire flying around? Unless it goes through a window.
I don't think it was last week with Jeremy. I think it was the week before when we did a recap where I mentioned that Rick has already proven that his main priority is his family. His second priority, that is a very close priority to the first one, is his group. But I think that he will defend his family over his group. I think that if the Saviors got the drop on Alexandria and they weren't expecting it, that Negan would lead a bunch of Saviors. They would basically, kind of like what happened with the truck, attacking the tower and everything like that, and breaching the walls. They would do something similar to that. Rick is with Judith when it happens. He grabs her and runs. Rick gets shot through the shoulder, and it kills Judith.
Renee just pointed out. Renee, if you go to our group chat, you'll see Renee just wrote, why did they credit her as 6-year-old Judith?
to keep it under wraps. What are they going to say? 6-year-old Gracie?
6-year-old Judith, they did.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't think they can do that. How you can't give, like, that's a credit. Like, you can't give credit to someone, like, what?
Yeah, they could.
What? No.
Because...
Legally, no, you don't.
But here's my thing. If they want to hide a fact, it's like when they cast big, like, when the movie's, like, script has not been out or something, they will list, an actor as, John Smith, but he could be a completely different character, and they're trying to hide the fact that it's someone else.
I don't know. I think that's... I don't know. I mean, if you're an actor or actress, I don't care if you're, 5 months old or 50 years old. If you're not getting credit for being in a show, I'd be pissed off.
The actress's name is still going to be in there, regardless of who the hell it says she is.
I don't think. I don't. Yeah, but I think legally
it's not like they're like, fuck that bitch. She ain't getting no credit.
Legally they can do that
unless they say to her,
"How would you like it?"
I'd be fine with it. If they said that my name was Joe Schmo, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'm on The Walking Dead, bitches. I don't care.
6-year-old girl or something like that. Imagine the.
He is. He's like an 8-year-old girl. He's only 2 years older.
But my point is, the person gets credit, and even if they said to her and her agent or whoever, they said, "Hey, look, we have this huge plot twist coming." She's signing an NDA anyways, so she can't talk about it. They said to her, "Hey, look, we have this huge plot twist coming. We need to label you as 6-year-old Judith, but it's going to be something else." You think that she's going to sit there and say, "You know what? I'm sorry, I can't do this," and she's going to walk away from one of the biggest TV shows on current television?
Hey, I'm just telling you what the fuck was said.
How
about I smack you in your hot mouth right now?
And I'm just giving you an argument, a rebuttal.
Well, go argue to fucking yourself in the mirror. No one cares. Shut up.
I mean, back to the scene with the guy from Terminus, and Terminus was protecting Judith against the guy with the knife and the baby carrier.
Mm-hmm.
That scene is probably one of the most hated scenes.
Oh, yeah.
In the history of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hercules, or Ryan, just pointed out that they kept a lot of things on wraps before, and they also said that Gareth was a season regular for season 5, and he was not.
Yeah.
But he was in it.
But not a season regular. That's a big deal.
But you're not saying he's somebody else.
And I wanted Andrew J. West to stick around. I thought he was great when they had him on as a regular. I was like, oh, great. We're gonna get
You're not saying that he was somebody else, are you?
No, but my point is, by saying someone's a season regular, that's saying that they're gonna. There's like.
But maybe there's some kind of stipulation where to be a season regular is more than 4 episodes.
No. Each title for what you are, like whether it's a season regular.
This is a fact. You know this. What
yes.
you're about to say is fact.
Yes. I don't know the fucking percentage.
But then it's not a fact.
Yes, it is. Because it's
okay.
Whatever.
I'm going to get back to the more important stuff. People's questions.
I'm giving conversation.
I have questions to ask.
Oh, whatever. I won't contribute anymore then.
Oh my god. Wow. Hold on. I can go get a box of tampons for you. Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Are they yours? Because that's your bathroom over there.
No, I actually have a woman in my life.
Yeah. Her name is Chris.
Yeah. All right. So Linda wants to know, if you were in Maggie's position, would you accept the Saviors in Hilltop?
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That's pretty cut and dry.
No. Each and every one of them would be executed.
Yeah, I would. They wouldn't even met it. Well, number one, if it was me, they would have never left the station, the satellite station.
No.
They would have been dead all over the ground.
Yeah.
But no, I don't see Maggie really accepting anybody in. I mean, it's not accepted. I don't think she does accept it, but whether, I don't know. It's just...
After everything that's happened with her, with that group,
yeah.
I don't see if they're taking pity on anybody.
Right. And that's my main thing. Like, I mean, she might do it for whatever reason possible, but I think knowing Maggie, there's probably some dark reason why she would.
I don't know. I don't see her as thinking too much about humanity at this point.
Yeah.
So
no. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I think if she did, there would be a dark reason why.
Jesus would have to do one hell of a
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. He for like right now he's totally blacklisted by me. I can't like he's just gone completely against the grain. You're disobeying what you were told to do, and it's Rick. Like that's what I'm waiting for Rick to find out.
Yeah.
Because
that's going to be the bottom line here.
yeah, I want to know what that altercation is going to be.
Although I'm kind of disappointed Maggie didn't put her foot down right there. So.
Yeah. Well, Sharon wants to know, should Hilltop accept Gregory back?
I would have done that. Well, the problem is that they don't know for sure what he did with Father Gabriel.
Right.
I mean, yeah, what he did was absolutely slimy, but he played it off. I won't even say well, but he tried to play it off like it was his only option. I don't know why he didn't go out with his first excuse. Why didn't he come back and say, I went to try to negotiate to get the doctor back for the Hilltop? That's what he said he was going for.
Right.
If he would have stuck with that, I bet he would have been in there in a second.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think he has no valid. He has no valid time right now. He has no valid argument. Like I don't know. Cal's giving him the finger at the gate, telling everybody he stole little girl's pancakes. He's like whining his way in through the door. Trying to say that he did the hero thing. There's nothing heroic about anything he did.
Sometimes you gotta take that self-preservation, though.
Oh, sure. That's all he knows.
And I'm not wrong with that, because we've seen the same thing from Father Gabriel in the past, the self-preservation of keeping himself safe inside the church while everybody else was dying outside. So I see why Gabriel is who he is. Or not Gabriel, I see why Gregory is who he is.
Mm.
But I can absolutely understand why, after everything that's happened, why he wouldn't be let back in. But I don't know. Maggie, as much as I say she doesn't want to give people another chance, I don't think she's seen enough horrible things from Gregory to keep him out yet. But if Father Gabriel returns, I think we might see something kind of interesting going on.
Yeah, well, all right, so you definitely see him surviving that whole situation?
Well, they've already let him in, and she's already kind of put him in the doghouse. So now all he's got to do is lay low, and he's got safety again. Right. So I think that's what we're going to see him do. I don't think he's going to challenge again for leadership in the community because he knows that's pretty much gone.
Now
he's got to accept his role and just kind of do his thing. I don't see him learning to fight or contribute in any way, but at least he'll survive.
He'll survive just because he's selfish.
Right.
And, that's just what he does best. Question for us. Linda wants to know, do you see a huge spoiler? Wait, did you notice that a huge spoiler was revealed in this episode? And
I don't know what that means.
I think she wants to know, maybe she noticed that there was some kind of spoiler in this past episode, but I don't think I picked up on anything. We're waiting
if there was something and it went over my head.
Yeah. Well, that's what because someone just asked Linda share what it was, because I can't think of any kind of huge spoiler. I don't know. I have no idea.
We're waiting in anticipation.
Yeah, I don't know, Linda. She said I'll give my answer. All right, so we'll wait for her to type out her answer and see what it was. Let me see.
Yeah, as far as a spoiler, I can't really think of anything that would really be given away that much. I mean, this episode pretty much just focused on the kingdom, and other than the deaths and whatnot, I don't see much happening.
Well, Hercules says they foreshadowed Ezekiel's death.
I didn't catch that at all.
Yeah, I don't.
Ryan says they foreshadowed Ezekiel's death.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that. Well, they. Oh, I think I know what they're talking about now. So if you've read the comic, you have an idea of what happens to a certain part of his body part. The Jeffrey Dahmer guy said that he wanted to bring him back to Negan so that they could take his and put it on a spike outside the gates.
Right.
So if you read the comic, you kind of know that once they meet a certain group of people, Ezekiel's head is put on a spike because these people outlined their territory with their victims' heads.
Right. I see the foreshadowing now, but like we said before, there's no way of knowing that the show is going to take that route.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. But
I mean, that could have just been like a nod to the comic to be like, hey,
It could even be a throw-off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But I guess, I did.
They were definitely going, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I heard it all happening and he was talking about it, and I was like, all right. I said, but yeah, I don't know if, I guess maybe that was a spoiler. I mean, that would be a spoiler.
It's a comic spoiler, but not a TV spoiler.
Right, it's a comic spoiler, right. Yeah, because we don't know that direction yet, so. That dude said it last week.
And I don't think anything like that's even going to happen for a long time. I know people keep teasing the next big group of bad guys.
Yeah.
But I don't see that come until maybe even next year, so.
Yeah, I kind of have this whole war thing done by maybe 9,
mid-season 8, probably. I don't know. I don't think they would drag it out for 2 full seasons.
The war?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the war's got to go. I mean, I think the war has to go at least to the end, the season finale, if not mid-season of 9.
You think? So 2.5
It's
seasons?
if they play it out the way that it goes, it would only be 1.5 seasons.
Oh, yeah, you're right, 1.5.
So, and they kind of, like he said earlier, they kind of have to drag this out a little bit because they had a real fast pace, and,
Because the end of this season, I firmly believe, has to be what the next villains are. A tease of that.
you think
Because everybody keeps looking for the tease, was this zombie something? Was this person something?
Yeah.
And everybody's grabbing at it, reaching at it, and that's got to be the big reveal. It's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, Linda sent us the picture of Ezekiel on the ground and the Jeffrey Dahmer looking guy with his foot on Ezekiel's arm, and he says your head on a pike will do just fine.
Yeah.
And then she pointed that it alludes to the comics.
Right.
So
yeah,
I mean,
it's a nod to the comics. Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it could be a spoiler. We don't know that yet. But if that does happen, like you said, Adam, that's not going to happen till much later down the road after that's way after the war is over.
Yeah.
And they introduce Alpha, and this whole Whisperers battle takes place, and all that stuff happens.
I can't pronounce this guy's name.
Which one?
Or check. I don't know who it is, a male or female.
Pavi.
Kusamanen.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of your people.
No, that's Finnish.
I'm sorry? Well, I didn't mean Norwegian. I meant that's one of your. That's got to be one of your followers.
Not familiar to me, but
No?
I'm familiar with the name.
Oh,
okay.
All right.
Well,
Pavi's here. Hi, Pavi, if I'm saying that right.
Pavi said, "You never do know with the show, though. People who died in the comics lived in the show, and vice versa. They probably will not kill Ezekiel just to fuck with people's heads." I kind of agree with that in the sense that I think that they would give him a bigger send off because he's become such a big character. And that begs the question that if he dies, who's taking over for the kingdom?
Carol.
You think Carol?
Yeah.
So you think Rick's group is just going to become the heads of every single major group they've run into at this point?
Do you know any other people who could run it?
I mean, it could be Jerry, but I don't see Jerry being a leader.
Yeah, I don't see Jerry being a leader either.
I don't either, but I don't know.
And I gotta say, that damn kill scene was amazing, splitting that dude in half with the axe. That was fucking great. I wish they would have showed more of it, but...
Oh, I'm not saying it right at all. Oh, man. Now I feel bad.
What?
Bobby's name.
Oh.
I apologize.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, guy.
I'm sorry. I apologize. It might be talking to me for calling him Pavi.
Sorry to say that Finnish is not my first language.
Oh well, Gay knows him, so then that's all that matters.
You're right.
All right,
the Queen Savior.
Yeah, Carol is the queen of that land, Gay is the queen of the saviors.
Yes, correct.
We need to spread the queens apart so we know who we're talking about here.
I mean, let's be honest. There's only one true queen.
It's true. It's
That's
gay.
gay.
It's true. I believe we're all caught up with our questions. Anything?
That Gay brings up a very good point.
What's that?
She did mention Jerry's axe.
Breaking?
Yeah, another loss.
So we're not gonna. I don't think we'll say specifics right now. But Chris and I have an idea for a new segment that we might be doing for the podcast, and it might not even be for a podcast. It might just be a new series we do for our Twitter page and for our followers. Yeah, once we hash out more details, we might be able to tell you guys about it. But
Yeah.
kind of want to keep it a surprise. I think.
Yeah. I mean,
It's easier, something to look forward to.
yeah, we're gonna be trying out some stuff, which will be things that we pick from each show to kind of test the theory of it.
All right.
So we'll talk sidebar after the show is over.
Yeah,
and
we'll give you a little
give you a little
glimpse into
insight to it.
Sounds fun.
So, all right, everybody, we're gonna call it a night. Hour and a half. That's that's our basis.
That's our
usually.
normal.
That's our normal.
That's a nice chat, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty
A
good.
little side note. I went ahead and I looked back at all our podcast interviews with different people, and our still reigning champ for longest podcast is Sabrina Generino, who plays Tamiel.
Yeah.
How much longer do we have to go to catch her?
Ooh.
Oh, we'd have to go for about another half an hour.
Oh, goodness.
At this point,
I don't think my laptop could handle that.
we'd have to go for actually I think like 39 minutes.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah,
She
I'm
kept
pretty
it
sure.
going.
I'm pretty sure we hit the 2 hour mark with her.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Damn.
Yeah,
think was it over? It was over 2 hours.
I think
2
so.
hours.
I have it printed out in my folder at work, but
Everyone says thank you, Adam. You were awesome. I'm sure you can see that.
It's fantastic that you were able to have me on. I love talking The Walking Dead, and I know you guys enjoy checking out everything that's going on over on Undead Walking.
Absolutely.
Lots of great articles over there, reviews, previews. I do my weekly MVP pieces, which I think are a lot of fun. I really love those. So check it out. I have a great team over there too. And if you love The Walking Dead and have a passion for writing, send us over an application. We can always look at bringing more people on the team.
There you go. So if anybody's out there who is interested and maybe does a little writing on the side, wants to dive into it, get a hold of this guy right here. Send him some material.
and quick shout out to Adam for the really cool
Yes.
article he wrote on us. It was a nice surprise to read this morning.
Absolutely.
So thank you, sir.
Appreciate that very
And
much.
we can work together to help each other. I'm all in. I'm a team player, man.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, this is not going to be our last time doing this. I'd like
Seriously.
to, we'll catch up after the mid-season finale. We'll catch up after the season finale. We'll keep this show rolling.
Yeah, seriously.
Absolutely. We'll keep the conversation going on Twitter, too.
Uh,
Everybody can join on it. Let's talk about everything.
Yeah. I mean, because you do something, is it right after the show usually, or is it?
Well, I kind of can't anymore. Our channel got banned for 3 months, so
Oh.
we're no
Uh-oh.
good for some.
Damn.
Uh-oh. Ouch. Cannot get...
Community stuff for absolutely no reason that I can figure out. So we can't broadcast live for 3 months, but I don't know. We'll get something figured out.
Come sneak some stuff through our channel. You'll be all right. It's coming...
Oh,
Come and post it, and we'll be good. We'll tag you. We'll give you full props, all that stuff. You just do whatever you gotta do.
I appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks again. I really do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
dude.
Say goodbye to everybody.
And stick around.
Take care, guys. Thanks
No.
again for joining us. And you guys in the chat, I love the love. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Everybody out there in Twitterland that follows us, tweets us, all that stuff. Thank you so much. Go follow this man if you haven't already.
You can find him at MN Viking Zombie.
Yep.
That's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then also go over to Undead Walking
Yep.
FS, and you can check them out there.
And
Check out
also
the
your
articles.
website, right?
Oh.
Undeadwalking.com.
Yep.
Yeah.
Undeadwalking.com. All these great inside stuff that he does every week. So go check him out. Thank you for being here. We'll be back next Wednesday, 7:30, with oh god,
Josh, right? Josh.
This guy,
Josh. I'm sorry. I don't know why that wasn't processing with me. It's Josh.
Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be here the day before Thanksgiving with Josh McKell,
The rat face savior.
the Rat Savior. The 28th we'll be back. The 29th. 29th we'll be back. We'll have Nicole Barre. Nicole, I'm gonna have to get that. I don't know if her last name is Barre or Barre, but we'll figure it out.
For all you actors and actresses, can you just get last names that are like Smith
yeah.
and like Johnson?
Yeah. It'd make it a hell of a lot easier for us. So that'd be great. And then that week, so we're going to have Josh. Then the following week, we're going to have Nicole on Wednesday. Thursday, the 30th,
way it's going right now.
the way we have it right now.
And keep in mind that this will be at 8 p.m.
And keep
we know
in
it's a little
mind,
late for our UK followers, but this is the best way we can make it work. We'll be with Mr.
Xander Berkeley. He'll be here. He'll be here the 30th. He will be here Thursday, November 30th, 8 p.m. at night.
Lucy might have to have an energy drink or two.
Yeah, that's what we could get, guys. So hopefully you're here with us, sticking it out. We appreciate it. Can we get Blaine back? Of course we'll get Blaine back.
We have plans. We have to reach out to him, but we have plans. We talked to him about him coming back after the mid-season finale.
Yep.
And go about it that way.
Yep. Don't worry. Anybody you guys want, you send us messages, and then we will coordinate it the best way we can to try to land the people you want to see.
And also make sure you tweet out to Cooper Andrews at Smog Orange on Twitter because we want
Tell
to get him on this show.
Here.
We want him on Beast Mode.
That's right. We want Jerry. All right, people. See you later. Peace out. Good night. And I'll make sure that I don't say anything, inappropriate until we're really done.
Exactly. We don't want another incident. And